with Benjamin Wallfisch. How you doing tonight, Ben?
How are you, man?
Very good. Good to see you. So let's talk about tonight. We're here supporting education or music and education, and how important is music and education in your point of view, and what's the benefit of supporting such an amazing organization? I mean, easy answer, but I guess.
Well, I mean, look, it goes without saying, education across the board is the most important thing when it comes to, furthering society. But when it comes to music, I mean, from my own personal point of view, I was incredibly lucky to benefit from some amazing teachers and mentors and professors all through my early life, and even now. I mean, it's like you can never stop learning. And for me, it's, as soon as I heard about this organization, I was like, where can I sign up? I mean, it's when I was growing up in London, some of my very earliest experiences were with my parents, who are both classical musicians, just taking me to their rehearsals, taking me to all kinds of things that you don't see, the behind the scenes part of making music. And, just in terms of what that did for me, and into like the inner workings of how to create a concert, how to create a piece of music, watching an orchestra put a symphony together. And so, I feel like I had one of those head starts, I guess, when I walked into my own educational experiences, but there's nothing stopping that being, I think we should make that available to all kids.
Absolutely.
I think music is one of those art forms that in some way everyone can connect to in some way. I mean, it's an obvious thing to say, but when it comes to making sure kids have the opportunity to, pick up an instrument and just see if it's for them, in the same way as they have an opportunity to pick up a sport, music can just change your life.
Absolutely.
And so, I was excited to hear about these great people and help support them.
Right, and let's talk about you for a little bit. You just finished an amazing score, Hidden Figures, with Hans and Pharrell. What was it like coming together as a kind of a Three Musketeers of three different talent groups and creating? I heard it already, and it's fantastic. It's such a great, rich, amazing, different sound, not what you expect. It's very unique to the story and to the characters.
Right. Well, I was incredibly honored to be invited by Hans to join this band, and Pharrell and Hans just were, as artists, such an extraordinary force of nature. And for me, I was, just to start with, there was this, I was trying to think how, what can I contribute to this? And all of those questions were kind of put to rest where we just got in the room together. And we spent days just, the three of us in Hans' room, just improvising and looking at the movie, watching certain scenes over and over, and just figuring out what is the sound, because we had to kind of create, there wasn't a precedent for the sound that we needed to create. And this idea of these extraordinary African American women in the 60s during Jim Crow who managed to rise above segregation, misogyny, and use their intellect and their sort of that force of intellect to just do things which really the whole space race is built on. Those early calculations were responsible for the Apollo 13 rescue mission, the entire Mercury missions early on in the 60s. So this is the thing, most space movies that celebrate achievement in space mostly celebrate white guys. So celebrating these incredible African American women, it was all about how do we imbue the score with that, with African American culture, with a sense of femininity, a sense of the joy and grace and charm that these women have. So that was the first challenge, and the thing which we discovered very early on was gospel music. That was a sort of, and gospel both in its sort of pure form with choirs just letting that heart sing, right down to the analyzing the harmonies and sort of imbuing the score with that harmonic language. So, and we had made some other wonderful discoveries, like this lone muted trumpet, the kind of Miles Davis sound. That was one of those, because we were trying to communicate what does it feel like against everything that should be to be other. And what does that actually feel like? And the sort of loneliness of that, and the injustice of that. And somehow, for some reason, this lone, distant trumpet just did that job. And we were so lucky to invite these incredible African American musicians to just, it became this family of musicians. Like even the orchestra, we were able to fill with as many African American women. We flew in from around the US. And some fabulous solos from the likes of Herbie Hancock and Kim Burrell and Clyde and Jackson. And Kirk Franklin's choir over in Texas. So it just became this sort of extraordinary collective of musicians that I just felt very fortunate to be a part of.
Well, you guys did an amazing job, and we're here celebrating everything that you do in your work and everything that we support here, and it's such an amazing night. And Ben, it was so great to chat with you for a bit.
Thank you, man. It was great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Great.